POTV Go app එක දැන්ම දාගන්න. POTV Go SLT POTV TV බලන හොඳම විදිහ.
Tonight, Easter attack suspects. 89 detained so far for questioning. Officer attached to Parliament's Hansard Department also among arrested. No faith. JVP to hand over no confidence motion against government but faces allegations from joint opposition for trying to sabotage the no faith motion against Minister Baduddin. An assurance. Commander of Sri Lanka Army urges parents to have no fear in sending their children to school. Cutting it off. Google blocks Huawei's access to Android updates, killing Huawei's bid to become the world's top smartphone brand. All this and much more coming up on First at 9 this Monday, the 20th of May 2019.
AdaDerana ඇතුළත ඉදීම සමනය කරන අතර විනාඩි 5කින් ක්‍රියා කිරීම ආරම්භයි. AdaDerana දිවියට නව දිනයක්. AdaDerana වෙතින් එසේ කැක්කමට විශේෂඥ AdaDerana Headfast ඉක්මනට සහනය අදම අත්විඳින්න.
From AdaDerana, this is AdaDerana First at 9. Live from Studio 24 in Colombo.
A very good evening and welcome to First at 9 on AdaDerana 24 Sri Lanka's news channel. I'm Katharina Chang. Now on to your top story tonight. The Ministry of Defence today granted permission to the Kurunegala Police to interrogate a senior officer at the Hansard Department in Parliament for 90 days. Investigations revealed that the officer had been long affiliated with the National Tawhid Jamaat. Meanwhile, police media spokesperson SP Ruwangunasekara says that 89 have been arrested so far pertaining to the Easter attacks and are being questioned under detention. 69 suspects are being detained by the Criminal Investigation Department, while 20 of them are being interrogated by Terrorist Organisation Division.
Police investigations revealed that 42-year-old Jamaldeen Naushad, an indexing officer at the Hansard Department in Parliament, was a member long affiliated with the National Tawhid Jamaat. Accordingly, the suspect was arrested in Kurunegala last Saturday. The Ministry of Defence meanwhile granted permission to the police to detain the suspect for 90 days for further questioning. Jamaldeen was remanded when two suspects arrested in Kurunegala recently revealed of his affiliation to the group. Jamaldeen Naushad has served in Parliament for more than 12 years since 2006. It was revealed that he has played the role of a keynote speaker in the series of lectures carried out by the NTJ to promote the ideology of the organisation. Investigations also revealed that the suspect had reported to duty from a house he bought in Colombo and had joined the rest of the members in Akurana at weekends. It was also revealed that the suspect had told his colleagues he would get the assistance of several Muslim politicians in moving the barricades put in place blocking the entrance of the main roads stretching towards Akurana following the Easter Sunday attacks. Meanwhile, 89 suspects have been arrested and detained for questioning over the Easter Sunday attacks.
මුලින්ම මේ තොරතුර කුරුණෑගල පොලිසියට ලැබෙන්නේ අලකොළ දෙනිය ප්‍රදේශයේ පොල්ලිඩමක යම් පිරිසක් පුහුණු කඳවුරක් පවත්වා ඇති බවටයි. ඒ අනුව විමර්ශනයේදී මුලින්ම සැකකරුවන් 30 දෙනෙක් අත්අඩංගුවට පත් වෙනවා. මේ සැකකරුවන් 30 දෙනාගෙන් එක් අයෙක් එම පොල්ලිඩම අයිතිකරු. ඒ වගේම තවත් සැකකරුවෙක් මේ පුහුණු කඳවුරේ පවත්වන ලද පුහුණු වැඩසටහන් සම්බන්ධීකරණය කරන ලද තැනැත්තෙක්. තුන්වන සැකකරු මෙම පුහුණු වැඩසටහනේ දේශකයෙක් වශයෙන් සහභාගී වී සිටි තැනැත්තෙක්. මේ තිදෙනාව අත්අඩංගුවට ගන්නේ මැයි මාස 9 වෙනි දිනයි. මොවුන් තිදෙනාව ගරු අධිකරණයට ඉදිරිපත් කිරීමෙන් අනතුරුව මැයි 24 දක්වා රක්ෂිත බන්ධනාගාර ගත කර තිබෙනවා.
Meanwhile, investigations also led to the arrest of an officer of the electrocardiogram unit of the Kurunegala Teaching Hospital. Kalmune Siam, the main organizer for Zaharan for the area of Kalmune, was also arrested by the intelligence officers of Ampara yesterday. He was identified as the person who assisted the perpetrators responsible for the Saindamarudu suicide bomb attack, Niaz and Rilwan, by offering to take them from Nindavur to Saindamarudu. Meanwhile, the interim report over the conduct of Vellampitiya Police Division pertaining to the release of 9 employees of the area copper factory has been handed over to police headquarters today.
Commander of the Sri Lanka Army, Lieutenant General Mahesh Senanayake, today urged parents to have no fear in sending their children to school. He gave an assurance to all parents that security measures are in place. A significant drop in students' attendance was seen at school following the Easter Sunday attacks. Now, all the schools reopened for students of grades 6 and above for their second term on the 6th of this month. Only a few students were seen in attendance owing to the security situation. Schools later reopened for primary students, but many parents were hesitant to send their children to school. Speaking to AdaDerana, however, Commander of the Army, Lieutenant General Mahesh Senanayake, urged parents to send their children to school, assuring that the Tri-Forces and police have given high priority to strengthening security of schools. On to other local news. Janata Vimukti Peramuna will hand over a no-confidence motion to the Speaker against the government tomorrow. Speaking at a media briefing today, leader of the JVP, Anukumari Sanayaka, says that the people's lives are at risk if a government who does not give priority to the country's security continue to govern the country.
ජනතාවගේ ආරක්ෂාව පිළිබඳ අවම හෝ වගකීමක් නැති පාලක කණ්ඩායමක් මේ රට පාලනය කිරීම ඕනෑම මොහොතක අපේ රටේ ජනතාවගේ ජීවිත අනාරක්ෂිත බවට පත් විය හැකිව තිබේ. ඒ නිසා දැන් මේ ආණ්ඩුව පළවාරින්න ඕන. අන්න ඒ සඳහා ජනතාවට අවස්ථාව තිබෙන්නේ මැතිවරණයකදී පමණයි. හැබැයි පාර්ලිමේන්තුවට අවස්ථාවක් තිබෙනවා. ඒ පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ තියෙන අවස්ථාව තමයි අගමැතිවරයාටත් ආරක්ෂක අමාත්‍යවරයාටත් මේ කැබිනට් මණ්ඩලයටත් මේ ආණ්ඩුවටත් විරුද්ධව විශ්වාස භංග යෝජනාව සම්මත කිරීමේ පාර්ලිමේන්තුව. ඒ නිසා අපි හෙට දිනේ මේ ආණ්ඩුවට විරුද්ධව අපේ හෙට කතානායකවරයාට බාර දෙන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. ඊට අමතරව මා දන්න විපක්ෂ කණ්ඩායමක් විසින් රිසාඩ් බදුද්දීන් අමාත්‍යවරයාට විරුද්ධ විශ්වාස භංග යෝජනාවක් ඉදිරිපත් වී තිබෙනවා. අපි විපක්ෂ නායකතුමාත් එක්ක සාකච්ඡා කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. ඊට පෙර මෙම යෝජනාව ගන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. එතුමාලගේ පාර්ශ්වයෙන් කියනවා නම් බදුද්දීන්ට විරුද්ධ විශ්වාස භංග යෝජනාව පළමුවගෙන ආණ්ඩුවට විරුද්ධ යෝජනාව දෙවනුව ගන්න ඕන කියලා කල්පනා කරනවා නම් අපි ඒකටත් එකගයි.
මේක දැනගන්න ජනතා විමුක්ති පෙරමුණ පක්ෂයක් විදියට විශාල පදවියෙන් අමාත්‍යාංශික විශ්වාස භංගයේ සහාය කරනවා.
තනි පුද්ගලික දුබලතාවයට වඩා මෙතන තිබෙන ආණ්ඩුවක් හිට දුබලතාවේ එනිසා ප්‍රබල වෙන්නේ ආණ්ඩුවට එරෙහිව ගෙන විශ්වාස භංග කියලා අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා. රිසාඩ් බදුද්දීන් අමාත්‍යවරයාට එරෙහිව විශ්වාස භංගයේ නිශ්චිත මොහොතේ පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ සාකච්ඡා කරන අවස්ථාවේදී අපි පෙනී හිටින්නේ කිසිදු අපරාධකරුවෙකුට සහාය දීමේ දිශාවෙන් නෙවෙයි. ඒ නිසා පාර්ලිමේන්තුව ඉදිරිපත් වෙන කරුණු අනුව අපි නිශ්චිත මොහොතේදී ඒ තීරණය ගන්නවා. අපි විශ්වාස භංග යෝජනාව ඉදිරිපත් කරපුවාගේ පළවෙනි කාර්යභාරය තමයි අපරාධ පරීක්ෂණ දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවට ගිහිල්ලා පැමිණිලා කරන්න. එහෙම අපරාධකරුවෙක් ඒ චෝදනාව වලට අහුල් වී අපරාධකරුවෙක් නම් ඔහුට විශ්වාස භංග යෝජනාව විතර ප්‍රමාණවත් නැහැ කියන තැන අපි ඉන්නේ. එනම් ඔවත් අඩංගුවට ගිරෙත් දාන්න.
Meanwhile, the joint opposition alleges that the JVP is attempting to sabotage the no-confidence motion against Minister Rishad Badiuddin by bringing in a separate no-confidence motion against the government. Addressing a media briefing in Colombo today, member of the joint opposition, parliamentarian Mahindanand Aludgamage further stressed that the motion against the minister can be passed in parliament with the support of parliamentarians representing the government and the TNA.
මේ වෙන විට ප්‍රසිද්ධියේ එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය නියෝජනය කරන මන්ත්‍රීතුමාලා මන්ත්‍රීතුමියලා ඒ වගේම TNA පක්ෂය නියෝජනය කරන මන්ත්‍රීතුමාලා මන්ත්‍රීතුමියලා ඒ වගේම අත්සන්නකොළ ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂයේ මන්ත්‍රීතුමාලා මන්ත්‍රීතුමියලා ප්‍රසිද්ධියේ මේ සඳහා සහාය පළ කරන බවට අපි පුවත්පත්වල දැක්කා. අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම රිෂාඩ් බදුද්දීන් අමාත්‍යවරයාට විරුද්ධව ඉදිරිපත් කරපු විශ්වාස භංග යෝජනාව නියත වශයෙන්ම ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න අපට හැකියාව ලැබෙනවා කියලා. මේ ජයග්‍රහණය දැක අපි දැක්කා ජනතා විමුක්ති පෙරමුණේ නායක අනුර කුමාර දිසානායක මහත්තයා සුපුරුදු පරිදි අග්‍රාමාත්‍ය රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්තයාට කඩේ යනවා. දැන් මේ අනුර කුමාර දිසානායක මහත්තයා උත්සාහ කරන්නේ මේ රිෂාඩ් බදුද්දීන් අමාත්‍යවරයාට ඉදිරිපත් කරන යෝජනා විශ්වාස භංග යෝජනාව හැල්ලුවට ලක් කරන්න. මේක පරාජය කරන්න. මේක වටා තියෙන චන් සංඛ්‍යාව අඩු කරන්න තමයි මේ ආණ්ඩුවට විරුද්ධව මේ විශ්වාස භංග යෝජනාව අනුර කුමාර දිසානායක මහත්තයා ගෙන්නන්නේ. මේක අපිට පුදුම වෙන්න දෙයක් නෙවෙයි. මොකද රිෂාඩ් බදුද්දීන් අමාත්‍යවරයාත් ඒ වගේම අනුර කුමාර දිසානායක මන්ත්‍රීවරයාත් මේ දෙන්න අතර තිබුණ මැද පුරුක තමයි මේ පසුගියදා ත්‍රස්තවාදීන්ට වැඩිම මූල්‍ය ප්‍රතිපාදන ලබා දුන්න ජනතා විමුක්ති පෙරමුණේ ජාතික ලයිස්තුවෙන් ඉදිරිපත් කරපු මන්ත්‍රීවරයා. ඔහු වර එක රිෂාඩ් බදුද්දීන් අමාත්‍යවරයාත් එක්ක ව්‍යාපාර කටයුතු කරනවා. ඔහු වර එක ජනතා විමුක්ති පෙරමුණට මූල්‍ය ආධාර දීලා ජාතික ලයිස්තුවෙන් ඉදිරිපත් වෙනවා. ඒ නිසා රිෂාඩ් බදුද්දීන් අමාත්‍යවරයා ආරක්ෂා කිරීමට අනුර දිසානායක මහත්තයා ඉදිරිපත් වීම පුදුමයකට කාරණයක් නෙවෙයි.
Religious observances were held at the temple trees last night in view of Vesak full moon Poya day, with the participation of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. Speaking at the religious event, the General Secretary of the United National Bhikkhu Front, Venerable Thiniyavala Phalitatera, highlighted that the Prime Minister is the most suitable candidate to contest in the presidential election.
Buddhist religious observances was held at temple trees yesterday in view of Vesak Poe Day as well as in remembrance of war heroes and those who were killed in the Easter Sunday attacks. The religious ceremony took place under the auspices of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe.
අපේ ගරු අග්‍රාමාත්‍යතුමන් ලංකාවේ ඉතාම හිටපු ඉන්න අතිදක්ෂ පාලකයෙක් ඒ වගේම ලංකාවේ වැඩියම බැනුම් අහපු අගමැතිවරයෙක් නොයෙක් අපහසු පහසු විඳපු අගමැතිවරයෙක් හැටියට එතුමන්ටත් අපි නියත විවරණ ලබා දෙන්න කැමැතියි. ඊළඟට මේ රටේ ජනාධිපති ධූරයට ඉදිරිපත් කළ ඔබතුමා බය නැතුව මේ රට එකසේසත් කරන්නට ඔබතුමාගේත් අප්‍රමාණ අඩුපාඩුකම් දුර්වලකම් තියෙනවා. ඒවා අපි අමතක කළා. නොදන්න දෙයියන්ට වඩා දන්න මහසෝන හොඳයි කියලා පරණ කතාවක් තියෙනවා. hina නුනට කතා නොකලට ළමයි වඩා නොගත්තට ඕනෑම රාජ්‍ය නායකයෙකුට දුරකථනය අරගෙන කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් විදිහේ රාජ්‍ය නායකයෙක්
අපි සෑම දෙනාම මේ අවස්ථාවේදී හුඟා කල්පනාවෙන් කටයුතු කරන්නට ඕනේ. ඔය අප්‍රේල් බෝම්බෙට වඩා භයානකයි ඔක්තෝබර් බෝම්බෙ පිපුරුවා නම් ඒක අපේ අගමැතිතුමා නිෂ්ක්‍රීය කරපු හින්දායි අද අපි මේ විදිහට ජීවත් වෙන්නේ. මේ නිසා එතුමාගේ ශක්තිය ඥානය බුද්ධිය පාවිච්චි කරන්න අපි හැමතිස්සම ඉඩ දෙන්න ඕනේ.
Opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa claims that foreign influence on the country's internal matters is at a dangerous state. Speaking to media in Colombo yesterday, he went on to say that certain high-ranking positions are filled by individuals nominated by other countries.
Buddhist religious activities were observed across the country yesterday to invoke blessings for war heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice for the nation. Opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa participated in one of the religious observances which took place at AdaDerana temple in Narayanpeta yesterday.
කනගාටුදායක තත්ත්වයක් මොකද අවුරුදු 10ක් ගිහින් අපි කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියන්නේ නැතුව 10කට මාසයකට උඩදී වෙනත් ත්‍රස්තවාදයකට ඔලුව උස්සන්න ඉඩ දුන්නා. ඉතින් මම හිතනවා ඒකට එක හේතුවක් රණවිරුවන්ගේ දඩයම. අනිත් එක සම්පූර්ණ බුද්ධාංශය අඩපණ කිරීම. මේවා හේතු වුණා. ඒ විදේශ බලපෑම ඉතාම දරුණුයි. සමහර තනතුරු පත් කිරීමේදී විදේශ බලපෑම් සිදු වෙනවා. මම හොඳටම දන්නවා. නෑ ඒකට ඉඩ දෙන්නේ නෑ. ඉඩ දෙන්නේ. දැනටම ජනාධිපතිවරයා මම හිතන්නේ ගිවිසුම් වලට අසං කරන්න එපා කියලා. සූදානම් තියෙනවා.
Leader of the National Freedom Front parliamentarian Vimal Veeravansa requests President Maithripala Sirisena to not allow the government to sign the proposed Millennium Challenge Cooperation Agreement as it will see certain amendments to the existing Land Act that he says would be detrimental to the country. UPFA parliamentarian Veeravansa made this request in a letter addressed to the President today.
UPFA parliamentarian Vimal Veeravansa addressed a letter to President Maithripala Sirisena stating that the proposed Millennium Challenge Cooperation Agreement will force to introduce a new Land Act and will see the amendment of 2 existing land-related acts. The parliamentarian highlights that it will pave the way for foreign companies to own lands in Sri Lanka. The letter also highlights that the agreement will allow foreign companies to own over 100,000 of acres, for which the government has already identified 3 million acres for 4 investment zones by American, Indian and Japanese companies. The letter further says that another agreement named as ACSA allows US forces to set up their military base in Sri Lanka, including at ports and airports. The parliamentarian says that the Millennium Challenge Cooperation Agreement facilitates a mega investment project connecting the Trincomalee and Colombo harbours with the Bandaranaike International Airport. MP Veeravansa also says that Sri Lanka's foreign minister is currently in the United States to sign the Status of Forces Agreement, also known as SOFA. He further adds that the SOFA agreement will allow US soldiers to function in Sri Lanka with weapons and in full uniforms. MP Veeravansa also thanked the President for his decision to postpone the cabinet paper on the Millennium Challenge Cooperation Agreement and further requested the President to not allow the government to enter into the agreement.
Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna Chairman Professor G.L. Piri says that parliamentarians representing the joint opposition are prepared to go before the Supreme Court should President Maithripala Sirisena attempt to postpone the presidential election. Speaking at a media briefing today, Professor Piri went on to say that they will also seek international assistance to defeat such an effort.
මේ රටේ පළාත් සභා 9න් 8ක් අකර්මාන්‍යයි. දැන් අලුත්ම උත්සාහය තමයි ජනාධිපතිවරණය කල් දැමීම. ඒ සඳහා අවශ්‍ය ලියකියවිලි දැන් වන විට සකස් කෙරෙමින් පවතිනවා. ජාතික මැතිවරණ කොමිෂන් සභාවේ සභාපති මහින්ද දේශප්‍රිය නාම යෝජනා එතුමා කැඳවන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා කියලා මේ අවුරුද්දේ ඔක්තෝබර් 20 වෙනිදාට පෙර. ඒ වගේම ජනාධිපතිවරණය පවත්වනවා කියලා මේ අවුරුද්දේ 2019 නොවැම්බර් 15යි ඩිසැම්බර් 7යි අතර එතකොට ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨාධිකරණයේ විනිශ්චයකාරු 5 දෙනෙක් ඒකමතිකව තීරණය කළා සිරිසේන ජනාධිපතිතුමාගේ නිල කාලය අවුරුදු 5යි ඊට පස්සේ දවසක්වත් නිලයේ සිටීමට එතුමාට පුළුවන් කමක් නැහැ කියලා. ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨාධිකරණයේ තුල මේක යොමු කළොත් 129 වගන්තිය යටතේ මේක යොමු කළොත් අපි මැදහත් වෙනවා. සියලු දෙනාම ඒකාබද්ධ විපක්ෂයේ සියලුම පක්ෂ නායකයන් සියලු දෙනාම උසාවියට යනවා. උසාවියට ගිහිල්ලා අපි ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨාධිකරණයේ හැමුවේ තර්ක කරනවා මේක ප්‍රතික්ෂේප කරන්නයි කියලා. මේක ඉතාමත් ප්‍රමුඛ ප්‍රශ්නයක් හැටියට අපි ජාත්‍යන්තරයේ හමුවේ මේක ඉදිරිපත් කරනවා.
Well, we have more news right after this commercial break, so make sure you stay tuned.
You are watching Sri Lanka's #1 news channel. This is AdaDerana 24.
Welcome back to the news. Now, according to Pakistan media outlet The Express Tribune, trade between Pakistan and Sri Lanka has come to a standstill following the Easter Sunday attacks. According to the chairman of the Pakistan-Sri Lanka Business Forum, Aslam Pakali, rice and textile exports to Sri Lanka from Pakistan have stopped while potato exports has also reduced drastically. Pakali went on to say a delegation of the forum held a meeting with the Sri Lankan ambassador in Pakistan and emphasized that the Muslim community over there be protected. The report further added that the delegation condemned the terrorist activities in Sri Lanka and condoled the loss of precious lives lost. The chairman of the Pakistan-Sri Lanka Business Forum further stated that the payments amounting to $30 million to the Pakistani exporters have been withheld following the attacks. He further added that exports would not resume till the law and order situation in Sri Lanka improved, and was quoted as saying that Pakistan will face difficulties in achieving the export target in the final months of this fiscal year. Well, the World Trade Organization's quarterly outlook indicators show today that global goods trade growth was likely to remain weak with a reading of 96.3, unchanged for February, the lowest since 2010. The WTO was quoted as saying that the outlook for trade could worsen further if heightened trade tensions are not resolved or if macroeconomic policy fails to adjust to changing circumstances. It further added that the latest indicator did not reflect major trade moves in the last few days. We will now cross over to a short commercial break, so make sure you stay tuned.
You are watching Sri Lanka's #1 news channel. This is AdaDerana 24.
Now on to one of our headline-making news. Google has barred the world's second biggest smartphone maker, Huawei, from some updates to the Android operating system after the Trump administration added the tech giant to a list of companies that American firms cannot trade with unless they have a license. The move is seen as a huge blow to Huawei, whose goal is to be the top smartphone brand by the end of 2020. Founder and chief executive of this China's tech giant Ren Zhengfei, however, says Huawei has been preparing for the US trade ban and will have no problem without American chips. The Trump administration recently blacklisted Huawei, which it accuses of aiding Beijing in espionage, and threatened to cut it off from the US software and semiconductors it needs to make its products. This move led to Alphabet Inc.'s Google suspending business with Huawei that requires the transfer of hardware, software and technical services, except those publicly available via open source licensing. Google said it was, quote, complying with the order and reviewing the implications, unquote. Holders of current Huawei smartphones with Google apps, however, will continue to be able to use and download app updates provided by Google. Speaking to Japan's Nikkei Asia Review recently, founder and chief executive of this China's tech giant, Ren Zhengfei, said that Huawei has been preparing for the US trade ban and will have no problem without American chips, and its growth may only slightly slow down due to the ban. Ren went on to slam US President Donald Trump's administration for blacklisting Huawei and its affiliates for posing a so-called national security threat, adding the company has done nothing illegal. The extent to which Huawei will be hurt by the US government's blacklist is not yet known, as its global supply chain assesses the impact. Huawei relies on key components from several other American suppliers for everything from smartphones to its networking equipment. According to a report by Bloomberg, it counts over 30 American firms among its core suppliers. Some of those suppliers, including Qualcomm and Intel, have told employees that they will not sell to Huawei until further notice. Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif has dismissed US President Donald Trump's genocidal taunts and warned him not to threaten the country. With tensions rising, Trump tweeted yesterday that if Iran wants to fight, that will be the official end of Iran. The US had deployed additional warships and planes to the Gulf in recent days, but Trump's tweet marked a shift in tone after recent attempts by him to downplay the possibility of a military conflict with Iran. His warning to Iran yesterday was issued hours after a rocket was fired into the heavily fortified green zone in the Iraqi capital Baghdad and hit a building about 0.5 kilometers from the US embassy. The US recently evacuated non-emergency staff from the mission because of what it called a serious threat reportedly linked to Iran-backed forces in Iraq. Tensions between Iran and the United States began rising earlier this month when the US ended exemptions from sanctions for countries still buying from Iran. Days later, Iran suspended several commitments under the deal and threatened to step up uranium enrichment if European countries did not act to protect its oil and banking industries from the effects of the US sanctions with 2 months. Now, India's 7th-phase general election, which began on the 11th of last month, ended yesterday. Votes of the world's biggest democratic exercise will be counted on Thursday, with results likely to be expected on the same day. Meanwhile, exit polls the previous day showed the NDA heading for a massive victory in the 17th Lok Sabha election. According to Indian media, however, the numbers may vary, but perhaps for the first time in India, all polls are showing one mood across the nation. According to Reuters, India's ruling BJP is preparing to meet coalition partners to discuss a new government after exit polls predicted a better than expected result for it in a general election. Let's now take a look at some other stories making news across the world.
The Swedish prosecutor heading an investigation into a rape allegation against WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange filed a request for his arrest today. The warrant, if granted, would be the first step in a process to have Assange extradited from Britain, where he is serving a 50-week sentence for skipping bail. Sweden reopened an investigation into the rape allegation, first made in 13th of May in 2010. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov today said that Russian President Vladimir Putin will not congratulate the incoming Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on his inauguration. He said that Putin would extend his wishes on his newly elected counterpart if Zelensky makes progress in settling the conflict with pro-Russian separatists in eastern Ukraine and mending relations with Russia. Zelensky, a comedian with no prior political experience, won the presidency by a landslide last month, but his new party has no representation in parliament, making it expedient for him to call a snap poll while his popularity remains high. As he took the oath in parliament today, Zelensky said his first task was to achieve a ceasefire in eastern Ukraine, where a 5-year-old conflict with Russian-backed separatists has killed 13,000 people. China today urged the US to stop provocative actions after the US military said one of its warships sailed near the disputed Scarborough Shoal claimed by China in the South China Sea. Speaking in Beijing, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lu Kang said the ship had entered waters near the shoal without China's permission and that the Chinese Navy had warned it to leave. It was the second such US military operation in the South China Sea in the last month. Britain's Duchess of Cambridge gave a group of children a guided tour of her woodland wilderness garden designed for London's Chelsea Flower Show today. Co-created with landscape artist Andrew Davis and Adam White, Kate's Back to Nature garden includes a rope swing and a stream with waterfall. The Duchess, wife of Prince William, is a strong advocate in the mental and physical benefits that nature and the outdoors have on children and adults.
Pakistan sprung a surprise by bringing back pacers Mohammad Amir and Wahab Riaz to the ODI fold for the 2019 World Cup as they announced their final 15-man squad today. Both Amir and Wahab did not initially feature in the provisional squad. Apart from the two seamers, batsman Asif Ali has also been included on the expected lines in order to provide firepower in the middle order. Abid Ali, Junaid Khan and Fahim Ashraf, who were named in the initial squad, will make way for the trio. Pakistan will play 2 warm-up games against Afghanistan and Bangladesh before starting their World Cup campaign against the West Indies on the 31st of May. Pace bowler Amir, who missed both the 2011 and 2015 World Cup due to a 5-year ban for match fixing, was only able to play the first of the recent 5-match ODI series against England. Fellow bowler Riaz has not played an ODI for Pakistan since the Champions Trophy in England in June 2017. And with that, we conclude this edition of First at 9. Thank you for joining us and have a pleasant evening.